I'm Ed Cohen. Joining me tonight, the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, you continue to surprise me, my man. I didn't know you knew about the Queen City.
All I know is you're the king in that town in the Garden State.
Well, we're going to find out who the king is on the court this evening.
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly to Paul George. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Boston with the basketball. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
A pass taken away by the Celtics. Deep right corner. Walker. Rebound taken down by Harkless. Beverly into the front court. Leads 3. Great look and vision. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Beverly into the front court. Leads just a point. To Harkless. Jason Tatum. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Harkless. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. It's George for 2. Paul George, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Celtics have it. Throws it down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul George fires deep 2 there. Won't go. To Marcus Smart. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Marcus Smart trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Off the mark on his free throw. Deep left corner. PG lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Even to Zubats. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
To Harkless. Down low for Leonard. Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Smart. 4-3. His first effort off the mark. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Is good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Paul George to Harkless. Shot from the lane won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
He cruises in for two. Too easy.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Paul George. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Into the front court, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark in you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. George to Harkless. Leonard. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Marcus Smart. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in L.A. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years. But LeBron James is in L.A. now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They trail by 2. To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Tatum. 13 points here in the first quarter alone. He's knocked down 3 threes.
The defense better buckle in. This is going to be a long game. Expect each possession the offense to call the same play.
Paul George to Beverley. Big Big slam. Oh, he looked like he was on a mission.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Walker with the basketball. Down by 1. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
There's a fine line between being active and being a detriment. You don't want to keep giving up extra possessions.
Kemba Walker has got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. It's LA Clippers ball. Probing the defense. George goes to the left side. Leonard cleans it up. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Here comes the screen. Leonard. To George for 3. Yeah, Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Celtics have it. Walker. To Jaylen Brown. The pass taken away by the Clippers. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Brown into the front court. Down 4. Short jumper off the mark.
Well, the shots aren't falling, but that's okay. Let the defense keep opening up that door. Sooner or later, you're going to walk through.
And finishes strong.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Boston with the basketball. Turns and slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Paul George to Leonard. It's PG for two. Knocks it down from mid-range. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Leonard stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Not easy.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
George. Cashes in for two.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Whoa, what a finish.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
And the basket good at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
To Beverly. Celtics come away with it. And he's going to the free throw line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Jason Tatum, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 82%. Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Williams into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Slam dunk.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Walker into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Tatum. Textbook defense. Leonard to Paul George. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Ah, no good. That misses with 2 seconds to go. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more of NBA Wednesday night on EA Sports after this. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Into the front court, it's Walker. Right now, down 7. Goes to the right side. And it's Cantor above the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker. 3-second violation. Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely. But everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's his second time in his career he's been named 6th man of the year. And that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Williams to George. Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
He throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And scores. Strong take.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Harkless to Paul George. From long range, trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. It'll stay Clipper basketball. Paul George. Short jumper misses. Deep right corner. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That no good. Off the mark. Great feed. Sets it up. From the outside, no good. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
The drive, right to the basket. Knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Harkless. George. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Lets it fly from long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. George. Tatum grabs the rebound. Oh, big finish at the rim. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Williams to George. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. And stuffs it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Here's a chance from long range. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And, Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Now the Clippers call a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Clippers have the basketball. Paul George. To Harkless. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. And scores.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. They're in position. Let's see who can retain it. Layup goes down. Well done. The pass taken away by the Clippers. With the interception, great defensive play.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Tatum. Great defense, forcing the miss to Harkless. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Beverly. Driving right to the basket. Easy path to the rim. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Beverly. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Mo Harkless at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Across the timeline, it's Walker, trailing by 11. Add 2 points to the board.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Beyond the arc for 3. It's rebounded by the Celtics. Walker with the basketball. His team down 9. Short jumper off the mark. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Curling inside. And a throwdown.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Beverly. Here comes the screen. Beverly slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
To Marcus Smart. Finish that. Harkless to Paul George. Here comes the screen. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Substitution being made in this one. Harkless. To Beverly. Williams. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Celtics have it. Kemba Walker, defended by Harkless.
Oh,
denied!
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Kemba Walker is going to get a chance at 3 here, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Oops, he missed the first one. Second and 3, no good. Boy, bad performance at the line. 0 for 3. To Beverly. Williams down for Harkless. The pass set it all up.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Oh, he had it. To George. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 4, Boston Celtics are in.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Missed the second as well. Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Williams sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
George to Beverly. Patrick Beverly. He's 2 for 2 now.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Walker. Count the bucket for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Harkless to Paul George. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. It's been all Clippers so far.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Clippers will start the second half with a decent lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Celtics are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Assists.
The Boston Celtics struggled to play the angles and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of the situation.
player of the half.
Paul George really showed off his court vision in the first half. When he's able to get the ball moving like that, his team can be tough to stop.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Kemba Walker, trying to cash in. And the rebound brought down by Harrell. To George. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Has a look. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Beverly to Paul George. Harkless to George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Harkless to Beverly. Paul George, great dish to set it up. From the painted area, won't go down. Oh!
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
He was hacked. They let it go. George. A pass taken away by the Celtics. To Marcus Smart. Oh, he missed a short one there. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Beverly to Paul George. And a pass stolen by Boston. To Walker. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Paul George. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
George to Beverly. The drive right to the basket. Beverly, that is great vision to set it up. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here comes the screen. Walker. Tatum. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Mo Harkless, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. No good. Missed them both. To Kemba Walker. Fires the three. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jaylen Brown sends it away. Count the basket.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Jaylen Brown at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Free throw try, off the mark. Leonard to Harkless. Scores from the post.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Knocked loose. It's LA Clippers ball. Celtics have it. Take stock of the floor. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Can't miss those. To Marcus Smart. Fires the three. That's dancing with danger. Kemba Walker left wide open, and he drills it for three.
Ed, I don't know what was said at halftime, but whatever the coach said, it worked. This second half performance has been unreal.
To George. To Harkless. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Harkless to Beverly. Won't go. And a putback slam.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Knock loose. LA Clippers with the basketball. Walker. And the rebound taken by the Clippers. To Beverly. Leonard. Now that's a contest. Brown with it up top. Down by 15. Goes to the right side. Wide open look. Won't go. Leonard. To Walker. Off the assist.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
To Paul George.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Won't go down. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, emphatic slam.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To George. Not today. To Marcus Smart. And his canter above the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Walker. The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Paul George. To Beverly. Jason Tatum sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Kemba Walker. And finishes strong. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Clippers have the basketball. Celtics come away with it. To Jaylen Brown. No good and no foul.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Paul George. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Jaylen Brown. 4-3. Not going down here. Beverly to Leonard. Rocking the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 13. To Leonard. George. Had a chance, but it's no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
To Jaylen Brown. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Williams to Leonard. Almost, but no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Down to Green. Nice pass to get things going.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Knocked loose. They love this hustle. Williams across the timeline. They can get a 2-for-1 if they hurry. No good. Defense catching a break there. Brown into the front court. Trailing by 15. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Lou Williams. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. Time to shuffle things up. Goes reverse to lay it in. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And count the basket.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Williams for 3, and Lou Williams, quick catch and shoot there for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
It's LA Clippers ball. Deep left corner. Probing the defense. Can't connect. You've got to get that one to go. Williams into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Has a chance. Lou Williams. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Brad Stevens will change up his lineup. Williams. Boston secures the rebound. In a flash, scores at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Won't go. Walker into the front court. His guys down big. And count the basket inside.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Williams. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Jaylen Brown. Goes to the left side. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. Gets it in the left corner. Williams. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Time for some new personnel into the game. Walker to Jaylen Brown from long range. Brown with the three with a hand in his face.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Williams across the timeline. His guy's up by 15. And the finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Smart shot, no good. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. He gets it.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Surveys the floor to Williams.
Hands up. We got him. We got him.
Trying to cash in. Williams' shot won't go. To Marcus Smart. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose. And they call him.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Harkless to Leonard. Beverly to Harkless. Leonard to Williams. Beverly. It's Boston with the rebound. Into the front court, it's Walker. Down a bundle to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Kemba Walker, defended by Harkless. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
And scores. Great body control, Jay, as he ran down the lane.
And when a player's running at you full speed and he takes those steps, there's no way you can defend it.
Clippers have the basketball. Knocked loose. Oh, emphatic slam.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him, make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
And a pass stolen by Boston. And a nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end When there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Short jumper won't go down. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guy's down by 9. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Harkless. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Rises for the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Leonard to Beverly. Shot from the lane won't go.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Big finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Beverly. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Second effort. To Walker. Mo Harkless with the block. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Doc Rivers will play the matchup. He wants some new guys on the floor. Walker. Another chance. Grabs the board. To Beverly. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Cruises inside for 2.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
To Beverly. Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Harkless to Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
It's a big finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Harkless to Beverly. Leonard. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Here comes the screen. To Kemba Walker. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. 5 on the shot clock. Montrezl Harrell. Tips. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Shot clock violation. Leonard to Harkless. Paul George. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
To George. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. From the painted area, won't go down. And they call it.
A simple touch foul.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Add 2 points to the board.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle, oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
First one, count it. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Knocked loose. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Tatum. And it's Harrell who comes away with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whoop, that's a scary thing to watch.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers got the win in a nail-biter. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Celtics lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Assists.
The teams in this matchup did a great job of moving the ball and keeping the game flowing. It was the sort of action fans love to see, and I definitely enjoyed it myself. The unselfish play made for a great game.
Player of the game.
Paul George was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Leonard, great feed. And he finishes at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Tatum. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Celtics have it. To Marcus Smart. Paul George pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Leonard to Harkless. Walker with the basketball. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Has a look. Jumper's good.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
George to Harkless. Nothing going here on that drive. George. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Walker into the front court. Down by one. To Marcus Smart. Work it down to Brown. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's LA Clippers ball. Probing the defense to Beverly. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Strong finish for Paul George.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads one. To Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Short jumper misses.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. Beverly to Harkless. George buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Jason Tatum with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Paul George to Leonard. Paul George, 4-2. Not that time. Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. To Jaylen Brown. Shot clock winding down. Walker. Message received. Well defended. Leonard to Paul George. It's Tatum with the rebound. Clippers have got it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
To George. Not that time. To Walker. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Beverly to Paul George. Here comes the screen. George. He made his first effort, but not that time. Walker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Off the mark at the line. George lets it fly. Rebound for Smart. Walker with the basketball. The score 10-8. Montrezl Harrell swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And he'll go to the foul line.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Walker into the front court. 10-all is our score. Gets a look. Can't hit.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
George to Leonard. Knocks it down from mid-range.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Walker to Marcus Smart. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
Paul George to Leonard. He'll get it down low to Harrell. And Boston has the rebound. Into the front court, it's Walker. Right now, 12-all. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Walker. Here's a chance from long range. That's not his range. It's no good. LA Clippers with the basketball. George to Beverly. Beyond the arc for 3. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
To Cantor. And it's Cantor. Missed his first. That one goes.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Walker. To Leonard. Fires the three. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for three.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. And he hits.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. New blood coming in for both sides. Beverly to Leonard. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. And look out. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Cantor. Not that time.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Beverly to Leonard. Rejected.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He'll get it down low to Harrell.
Shot, back out.
Short jumper off the mark. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Now down 6. Over to the right side. To Walker. Boston with 4 to shoot. Here comes the screen. Walker. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Kemba Walker is going to get 3 shots here. A career 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. And he hits the second. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George. To Leonard. Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Long key from three-quarters court. First quarter's complete. The Clippers are out in front. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Jaylen Brown. Has a chance. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Leonard. Brown with it up top. Down 6. It's LA Clippers ball. Kawhi Leonard. Not that time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. And the slam.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands get in there, strip that ball away.
Deep right corner. Beverly to Leonard. Defense making the ball. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Brown, down low, slams it down, and boy, that was a lot to navigate.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Beverly to Leonard. Short jumper misses. Walker with the basketball. Down 2. To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Fires the 3. That's how you defend. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. George. Good look that time, but off the mark. Walker. Boston with 4 to shoot. Tatum. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Leonard to Beverly. Can't connect from inside. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Jaylen Brown. Paul George, 4 out of 10.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Deep 2 there, won't go. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard. Jason Tatum, huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Jaylen Brown. Can't connect. Beverly into the front court. Leads just a point. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here comes the screen. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Tatum knocks it down and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Jason Tatum with a chance at a 4-point play for his career, 82%. Missed it at the line. Trying to cash in, Lou Williams. He's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Harkless. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Boston with the basketball. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Williams. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
To Marcus Smart. Missed a wide open look. Williams. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Williams. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It was right there. Williams. Oh, he's denied. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Harkless. To Williams. LA with 4 to shoot. Throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Jaylen Brown. Shot misses there by Smart. To Beverly. Celtics have it. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Beverly into the front court. Leads a bucket. Knocked loose. Almost. Unlucky bounce. And the finish. Slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Jaylen Brown. Oh, he had him there for a second. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Beverly. To Williams. Lou Williams. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Curling inside. The screen sets him up for 2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beverly into the front court. Leads 4. Here comes the screen. A shot no good there by Williams.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Williams. To Beverly. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Changes coming from both sides right now. Williams.
Don't let split. Don't let split.
4-3. Off the mark. No good. Brown into the front court. His guys can hold for the final shot. And he knocks it down, Jay. Straight on three. At the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. So a tie one as we reach the break in a one-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Clippers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Celtics have kept it close after one half. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Beverly into the front court. His team up by 1. To Leonard. Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great pass.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
George to Beverly. Tatum grabs the board. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 3 for 6 now.
Ed, here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Here comes the screen. Beverly to Leonard. The monster stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Beverly into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Kemba Walker here against Tarkless. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Brown. Beverly to Leonard. Paul George. Shot from the lane, won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Here's Leonard for 2. The shot, almost. The follow won't go either. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. George, they'll get it down to Leonard. To George. For 3, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Kemba Walker. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
For the Boston Celtics, number 12.
Walker. 5 seconds to shoot.
Watch that cutter.
Walker. Smothering D. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Walker. Even to Zubas. Rejects it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Off the mark. Short jumper off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
And he connects on the first free throw.
For Boston, number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
I like that.
Beverly into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Paul George. Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Runner here won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Clippers have the basketball. Paul George to Harkless. Leonard to Beverly. Driving right to the basket. And draws the foul.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Kawhi Leonard. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. Nope. First one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Marcus Smart. Shot from in close. No good. George to Williams. Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Walker. Screen coming. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Has a look. Just off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Williams. Kawhi Leonard, now 4 for 9.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
to Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Even to Zubac, snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a chance. Williams' shot won't go. Walker with the basketball. His guys down 3.
Defense, let's go.
To Jaylen Brown. From the painted area, won't go down. Jason Tatum able to recover with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harkless to Williams. George knocks it down from mid-range.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
The pass set it all up.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Paul George to Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I got to be real here. I think he was the only one expecting to shoot that shot. The crowd, the coaching staff, every other player on the court, and myself, all of our mouths are left wide open right now.
Here comes the screen. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Paul George. He'll get it down low to Harold. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
No good. Williams into the front court. Leads 4. Down low, George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Williams. A pass taken away by the Celtics. And counted at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Jason Tatum sends it away. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Celtics have it. Work it down to Brown. Finish that.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Leonard's shot won't go down. Brown with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Marcus Smart. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Desperation shot here from half court. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Clippers have the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this 4th and final quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ball game.
Shot clock winding down. Trying to cash in. It's no good. Defender did just enough to force the tough shot.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Boston with the basketball. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Kawhi Leonard. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Here comes the screen. Gets it in the left corner. From long range. Oh, knocks it down from 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
And breaks it up.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Knocked loose. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Count the basket at the rim.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Here comes the screen. JaMychal Green with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And it's George there for the rebound. To Leonard. Has a look. Shot by Leonard won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Celtics have it. Count the basket inside.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Leonard to Williams. To George. LA with 4 to shoot. Leonard had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Has a chance, and it's Cantor. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. George. To Leonard. Paul George to Leonard. Trying to cash in. Shot for Leonard. No good. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Paul George. Lou Williams. Now 3 for 9.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Even to Zubats. Tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Leonard to Beverly. Patrick Beverly. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
That's no good. Beverly into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Ball's controlled by Boston. And he buries it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Beverly into the front court. Lead is 2. To Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Beverly's shot no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Here comes the screen.
Screen come.
Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Deep two there, won't go. Leonard to Beverly. George, and a pass stolen by Boston. Has a chance with the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead air.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Beverly to Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Shot from in close, no good. Beverly into the front court. Two-point advantage. Curling inside. A lot of contact. No whistle. To Walker. Short jumper misses. Beverly into the front court. Leads a bucket. LA with 4 to shoot. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Walker. Drives, but a shot won't go down. Oh, blocked away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
To Kemba Walker. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Trying to cash in. And the Clippers with the rebound. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Gets it in the right corner. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. So it'll stay with the LA Clippers. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Beverly. Jason Tatum pins it. 24-second violation. To Walker. And it's Zubats with the rebound. LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly. The drive, right to the basket, down the lane to lay it in.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Has a look. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Kemba Walker. Has a chance and strokes it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Clippers have the basketball. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Shot clock violation. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. The quarter comes to an end. Scoreboard says it's all even. And we're underway here in the extra period. Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. Beverly to George. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Walker. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. New blood coming in for both sides.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Paul George. Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Paul George, a couple of free throws on the way, shooting 75% so far tonight. Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Celtics have it. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Leonard. Short jumper off the mark. Brown into the front court. Leads one. Cantor. To Jaylen Brown. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Harkless. Jason Tatum with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Here comes the screen. Paul George. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Kemba Walker against George. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
Boston with the basketball. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Takes stock of the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. A drive by Brown, but he can't finish. Beverly into the front court. His team up by one. George to Beverly. To George. Lets it fly from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. To Jaylen Brown. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. Brown with the 3 with a hand in his face.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Paul George to Leonard. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Ivica Zubac trying to cash in on a 3-point play. 71% for his career. free throw good. He caps off the three-point play, and his group is back up by a point. To Walker, goes to the right side. To Cantor, and his Cantor above the rim. Timeout called here by the Clippers. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
No good. And it's Cantor. He's now shooting 5 for 7. Now the Clippers call a timeout. Let's see what they come up with. Down a point here in the final minute. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win it by a point in overtime. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
everyone. It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics worked some overtime to get the win. It was impressive to watch them battle fatigue on their way to a positive result. In the end, their perseverance was rewarded in a grueling game. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. The Clippers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss.
Sure, it's great they shot so well from three, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it.
Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.